Hi, welcome back to the Baby Sleep Magic podcast. My name is Chantal Murphy, and today's episode we're going to be talking a little bit about night lights. Before I touch on night lights, I just want to give you a bit of an overview of why I've been away for the last few weeks. I've been working on a big project for Baby Sleep Magic. We're in the final stages of launching it. We're hoping for it to be ready by, November, December this year. And it's something we've been working on for the last 18 months, and we're so excited to share it and expose it. And and that's why I've been away. So I've been working really hard around the clock, doing lots of recording and filming, editing, content, creating lots of information, and lots of work's gone into it. And I'm really excited to share with everyone what it is when we're ready. But in regards to night lights, I do get this question asked quite often. Does my child need a night light? Look, the short answer is no. Babies are not afraid of the dark. Babies under the age of 2 to 2.5 haven't yet developed the sense of fear. So ideally, the darker you can get that room, the better. If you've got block-out blinds, or you've got a grow blind that you can put on the window, or you've got cardboard or alfoil that you can use, and also closing the door, the darker you can get that room, the better, just because the success rate in terms of lengthening naps and getting them to sleep through earlier or later in the morning is just going to be more successful with a super dark room. If your little one is under the age of 2 years old and you do have like a humidifier or a night light in the room, turn it off. They don't need it. If anything, it could be a distraction. They could wake up through their mid-nap, or they could wake up through the night, and getting them back to sleep, especially independently, can become quite tricky if they've become quite stimulated by that night light. And also, once your little one gets to the age of 2.5, and if they then show signs that they're afraid of the dark, or they've got a little bit of sense of fear, or they don't want to go to bed, if they've already had a night light, you've kind of got nothing left up your sleeve. Where if your baby is in a really, really, really dark room, and then when they get to that toddler age and they start to develop those fears, you can pull out a night light and you can show them how exciting it is and get them to, get them involved in having it in their room, and it's new to them. They haven't seen it before and they haven't experienced having a night light. So that's where that's going to work to your advantage. Where unfortunately, if you've got one from the get-go and then they start to develop those fears, that night light is just not going to do the trick. So in the event that you do have a toddler that is showing signs of sense of fear of the dark, experiencing bedtime battles where you never used to before, having a night light can certainly be an advantage. I usually recommend using oranges and pink tones. So as an example, a salt lamp is probably a perfect example. Even from previous experience, I recommend having something that plugs in. I did buy my son Cruz a battery-operated cute Perspex dinosaur one, but I just went through a million batteries, and even sometimes it would turn itself off through the night. So I got a plug-in one, and it's a red one, and it's perfect. So if you can get something that plugs in, because that will save you all those batteries. Oh, and if you've got a toddler that is showing that sense of fear, having the door open might also help, especially if they are at an age where they understand and can comprehend. You might be able to say to them, it's nighty-night, we love you, I'm going to be back in a few minutes to check on you. And having that door open also doesn't make them feel so secluded and locked out from the rest of the family. So if they can still hear you in the living room or the kitchen, that's all they might need to drift off to sleep without causing too much of a drama when it comes to bedtime. So, and also reassurance helps, especially for children over the age of 2.5. Their comprehension usually by that age is pretty good. And you can just keep reassuring them and telling them, good boy or good girl, I'll be back soon to check on you. And the key to the success here is to make sure that you go back, and preferably don't make it too long in between trips. So as an example, when they first go to bed, you give them their big kisses and cuddles, turn on their night light, and tell them that you'll be back in a few minutes to check on them. And literally within 1 to 3 minutes, pop your head back in and tell them how amazing they are and how proud of them you are and how big they are. And again, tell them that you're going to be back again to check on them. So and then you continue to do that, and each time that you do pop in, you just extend the time slightly each time that you go back to check on them. So as an example, the first couple of times might be a minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes, then you extend it to 4 minutes, 6 minutes, and then eventually 10 minutes. until they are asleep when you pop your head back in. And then when they wake up in the morning, you tell them, good boy or good girl, I'm so proud of you, you did so well last night, falling asleep all on your own. I continued to check on you, and when I checked on you at the end, you were fast asleep. And that's going to, especially older children, that's going to indicate to them, oh, okay, well, that's good. It's good to know that you still checked on me when I was asleep. And that's going to give them some reassurance and confidence that what you say, what they think you say, you actually do. So if you would like any other information on night lights and toddler fears, I have recently done posts on both of these topics. So just go to my either Instagram or Facebook page, and you'll be able to find them on there. And thanks again for listening, and stay tuned for what's coming. Like I said, it's been 18 months in the making with what we've got coming in the next couple of months, and we haven't just created, audios and videos. It's been a whole new revamp on everything. We're from rebranding to new websites to new logos to new colour schemes to everything. We've got something big in the making, and it's going to be a bit of a game changer in the sleep consulting world. So really looking forward to sharing that with you all. And thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast.